Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm going to make another Strawberry Skies twist. Strawberry Skies is a dye color from Happy Cat Tie-Dye and it is fantastic. Has a whole bunch of really cool color splits. So I'm starting with an Old Navy cami dress, which I purchased like at the end of the summer last year and forgot about this dress. So it has a little bit of texture in it. It has kind of a little dot, but it's a 100% cotton dress that's lined. And the lining is also 100% cotton. So it should dye as well. It also has a tie right kind of in the chest area that I'm going to untie so that I make sure that dyes well. By the way, I called this an Old Navy dress, and for those of you who are not in the United States, that is a clothing brand. I've actually had people ask that question before, and I kind of forget sometimes that maybe not everybody has an Old Navy store where they live. Initially, I pulled one of my long pieces of guttering to use on this dress, but later found that the guttering was a little too long. So I'm going to grab the top part of the dress, and I'm just going to start to twist. I'm not trying to be too particular about it. I'm just grabbing the top portion of the dress and twisting. I'm going to twist it until I can't twist it anymore without kind of making it twist in on itself. Then I'm going to place the dress inside of one of my shorter pieces of guttering. I didn't need the long guttering after all. I've twisted it pretty tightly so it's not coming untwisted when I place it in the guttering. Now I'm going to add ice on top of the dress. There's not a whole lot of excess space between the dress and the top of the guttering, so when I place the ice on top of the dress, I'm going to kind of smash it down into the dress a little bit. Whenever I do any incline dyes as well using a piece of guttering, I make sure I add a little bit of additional ice up at the top. Sometimes that area has a tendency not to get as well saturated because it's at the top of the incline. So I usually add a little bit of extra ice right at the very end. To incline the dress, I'm using a plastic tubber tote that has taller sides. And I'm going to place one end of the vinyl guttering down in the bottom of the tote and allow the other end to hang over the edge. That's going to put the dress at an incline. I'm going to go ahead and touch up the ice a little bit. Some of it kind of falls off when I put it at an incline. Now I'm going to sprinkle some Strawberry Skies from Happy Cat Tie-Dye over the top of the ice. I'm adding a little bit of additional soda ash over the top of the dye And then I'm going to place this container aside and allow the ice to melt. After the ice melted, I placed the container outside where it could process in the heat. So I think it was close to 100 degrees that day. I left it outside for maybe about 12 hours. Then I took the dress inside to rinse it. I began rinsing in cold water to rinse out the soda ash. After rinsing really well in cold water, I warmed the water up to hot and continued rinsing in hot water to rinse out the excess dye that didn't bond with the fabric. Instead of rinsing for a really long time, I decided to soak the dress. So I placed it in my utility sink, ran some really hot water, and then added a little bit of Blue Dawn dish detergent to the water. I let the dress soak until the water cooled off, then I changed it out and I continued that soaking process until my water was remaining almost clear. Then I put the dress, along with some Dharma's Professional Textile Detergent, into my washing machine and I washed it using a hot water cycle. Okay, so the dress has been washed and dried and ironed, so let's see what it looks like. Okay, so what do you guys think? I went a little heavy-handed with this, partially because, when I twisted the dress, it was a pretty thick fold. I mean, it had quite a bit of fabric. And because it was also lined, I knew I had 2 layers of fabric. So my dye ended up being a little bit darker, but I actually like that effect. I love all the colors that come out of this Strawberry Skies. I mean, there is purple and magenta, teal, aqua, turquoise, kind of a coral type color. It's just absolutely a gorgeous color. Depending upon the technique and just kind of the mix of dye that you get, I've ended up with shirts that were a lot more blue and like this one, a lot more like purple and deep magenta. I have a link down below in the description for this video for where you can purchase some of this dye from Happy Cat Tie-Dye. So overall, I love the dress. I love the dye movement, love the color splits, and this was kind of like an unusual type dress. I didn't really know of a design that I thought would look really good on this dress and highlight this dress, but I'm actually really pleased with this one. I don't think that the tie-dye design distracts from the style of dress. And I think it just kind of goes with it. I mean, because of the movement of the dye and the direction that the dye moved, I think it looks really good with this style dress. But what do you guys think? Please drop me some comments down below and let me know. And honestly, if you're looking for a design or, some sort of a technique which gives you a lot of impact, if you're using a color that has a lot of really cool color splits, I think a twist does great. You can start your twist in a variety of different places. Because of the style of dress, I started mine at the top on this one, but I really think that this technique just showcases color splits and dyes really well. So I really love the dress. And if you have enjoyed watching the video, I sure would appreciate it if you would like it and if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you'll hit the bell, you'll receive a notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.